Hello students, I am Narsimlu, commerce teacher working in Telangana State Model School and Junior College, Vikarabad district. Today I am going to teach you CC first year accountancy unit 1 chapter 1 part 7 introduction to bookkeeping and accounting. It is the 7th video of this chapter. So in this video I am going to teach you basic accounting terms, some of the important accounting terms. So let's begin. Yes, one of the important accounting term, assets. Generally in business we use assets for the production of goods and services, or we may use assets for trading activities. Trading activities include purchasing and selling of goods and services. So assets may be again current assets or fixed assets. Current assets are those assets which we use for a particular period of time, whereas fixed assets are the assets which can be used for more than 1 year in the business. So let's see here. You may get a question for 2 marks in the annual examination asking that what is asset. Then you have to write assets or the properties of every description belonging to business. So assets are the properties belonging to the business. So what are the assets? Here cash in hand, plant and machinery, furniture, bank, debtors, bills receivable, goods, investments, goodwill are some examples of assets. So all these are the examples for assets. Assets can be classified into tangible and intangible assets. We can go to divide these assets into tangible assets and intangible assets. What are the tangible assets we can go to see, and what are the intangible assets we can go to see. Tangible assets. These are the assets having physical form which can be seen, touched or experienced. For example, plant and machinery, computers, etc. Okay, students, here tangible assets, assets which we can touch and seen, or the assets called as tangible assets. These assets having physical form. Example given here, that is plant and machinery, computers, and we can say buildings, investments, furniture. Okay, all these comes under tangible assets. Okay, next, intangible asset. What are the intangible assets? See, these are the assets having no physical form which cannot be seen and touched. So intangible assets are those assets which can be imagined or felt, but we can't touch and see them. So what are those assets? You can go to see. Examples are given: goodwill, copyrights, patents, etc. All these are the intangible assets. And one more classification also is there, not given here. One is fixed asset, another is current asset. Just before I explained in the beginning, fixed assets are those assets which can be used in the business organization for the longer period of time. Longer period means more than 1 year. And current assets are the assets which can be used in the business activities for one accounting period, say 1 year. So those are the assets called current assets. What are the current examples? Cash in hand, stock, debtors, all these are the examples for current assets. What are the fixed assets? Examples for fixed assets. So fixed assets examples are buildings, machinery, plant, furniture, etc. Okay, now come to next slide. Purchases. In the business, we purchase the goods from outsiders for the purpose of resale to others for profit. So we purchase the goods for the purpose of making profits by selling those goods to others. So such goods are called such a thing is called as purchase. See here, purchases refers to the amount of goods brought by a business for resale or for use in the production. So goods purchased for cash are called cash purchases. If it is purchased on credit, it is called credit purchases. Total purchases include both cash purchases and as well as credit purchases. So here we purchase the goods for a resale for making profits, and sometimes we may purchase the goods for production point of view. And purchases may be two types. One is credit purchases and another is cash purchase. So when we add these two, that is called total purchases of the business. Okay children, it is called purchased. And next, sales. Here whatever the goods we produced or whatever the goods we purchased from others for the purpose of sale. So when we sell those goods to others, okay, that is called sales. Sales again two types: credit sales, cash sales. So when we add these two, that is called total sales. See here, sales refers to the amount of goods sold that already brought or manufactured by a business. When goods are sold for cash are called cash sales. If the goods sold on credit, it is called as credit sales. Total sales include both cash and credit sales. I hope children you understood purchases and sales. In the last slide you understood assets and classification of assets. Classification of assets, tangible assets, intangible assets. In this slide you learnt that purchases and sales. Come to next, stock. So stock means nothing but unsold goods in the business organization on a particular date is called as stock. We can't say all the things as stock. So on a particular date, that is at the end of the year, whatever the goods we are not sold, means the goods which are not sold at the end of the year, such goods are called stock. See here, and this stock may be opening stock or closing stock. See how it is given here. Stock includes goods unsold on a particular date. Stock may be opening and closing stock. Then term opening stock means goods unsold in the beginning of the accounting period. So on 1st April, whatever the stock we have in the farm, in the business, that is called opening stock. Whereas the term closing stock includes goods unsold at the end of the accounting period. So the stock which is on 31st March is called as closing stock. Okay children, I think you understood what does it mean stock. Come to next, voucher. It is a written document in support of transaction. It is a proof that a particular transaction has taken place for the value stated in the voucher. So it is a proof. It is a written document. It supports as a document for the transaction. Okay. So voucher is necessary to audit the accounts. So here we should preserve the voucher for audit point of view. So voucher is a written document which tells the transaction which has taken in the business organization for certain value that was written on the voucher. Okay. So it is a written document in support of transaction. It is a proof that a particular transaction has taken place for the value stated in the voucher. Voucher is necessary to audit the accounts. Okay children, I think you understood what is voucher. Next we go for next slide. Revenue. All these terms are very, very important for us. Every term has so terms may look as synonyms, but they have little differences in their meaning. Just we can go to understand carefully. Revenue means amount receivable or realized from sale of goods and earning from interest, dividend and commission, etc. So revenue means whatever the amount we get by the sale of goods, or interest received on investment, or dividend received on securities, or commission received on our on particular transactions. So all these are called revenue. Next, expenses. So what is expenditure? So now we can go to see expenses. It is the amount spent in order to produce or sale of the goods and services. So here expenses means it is the amount spent in order to produce and sell the goods and services. Okay, so whatever the amount we are spending on the production of goods or sale of the goods and services. Okay, next example, purchase of raw material, payment of salaries and wages, etc., or the expenses. Okay children, so here revenue, expenses, two terms. Come to income. Income is the difference between revenue and expenses. Most of the people getting confusion here. They think that revenue and income are same. No, there is the difference. What is the difference? Here you observe. Income means, income is the difference between revenue and expenditure. Revenue and expenditure, whatever the difference is there between revenue and expenditure is called as income. Next, receipt. A receipt is an acknowledgement or acknowledge for cash received. So whenever we receive cash, then we give a receipt or written a printed slip or voucher to the person who pays the amount. Okay, so that is called receipt. Receipt is an acknowledge for cash received. It is issued to the party paying cash. Receipts from the receipts form the basis for entries in cash book. So here, based on the receipts, we can go to record the information in cash book. So 4 terms here. One is revenue, second one is expenses, third one is income, and fourth one receipt. I hope children you understood these 4 basic terms of accounts. Next. Okay children, in this video you learn so many basic accounting terms. So what are the basic accounting terms you learned in this video? One is asset, and you understood the meaning of asset and the classification of assets. What is tangible asset and what is intangible asset. Then you understood purchase and sale. Then you understood what is stock. Then you understood what is revenue, what is expense, what is voucher, what is receipt, what is income. So all these terms you learned from this video. Hope children you understood all these basic accounting terms. If you not understand, just again you watch this video. Okay children, thank you for watching this video.